See, yep. I just had the audio off for some reason. Yeah. Say something, Vindy.
Something.
Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. Okay. How, but yeah, let me know if the volume's not good. Cause like I said, well, that. I, oh, and now, okay, now I don't have stream unmuted. Everything's falling apart. Okay. It was, oh my god. The delayed stream was playing into the, yeah. Oh boy, this has already been a fucking day, and it's only 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock almost for
Let's
me.
fucking
All right,
go.
let's just fucking get in there and play and chat, cause I'm already done. Okay, I'll make it a little louder. What did I do? I see you have the Peter.
Yeah, I got him. He's so funny, dude. It's so.
No, I definitely like. I don't know. I feel like Fortnite kind of has the. It just has like, cause first there was the retro Fortnite, and now it's like Peter Griffin, like big meme. So.
It's so fucking funny. And just like I just got him like the end of the last time I played. I unlocked him and didn't do anything else.
Oh, so
This
this
is
is your
my
first
first time
time.
playing
Let's
with him. It's a
go.
seeing him doing all the emotes is so well. I almost played earlier today because like pretty much my schedule has been recently. I because I really want to grind. So I don't. So if you want to look, just so you can see what I want to grind for. So if you go to the battle pass tab,
Oh wait, let
um,
me actually. Yeah, I'll see. I'll check
yeah,
that out. I'll check that out.
you don't. No. It's not even in that I just want to show
Oh,
you. It's just
okay.
one thing far in. But if you go to it, there's
Can
the
I
bonus
view
rewards. So
Battle
sorry,
Pass
yeah,
rewards? Okay, or no,
yeah. So
not
there's
bonus.
oh no. So in battle pass, there's the battle pass rewards. The second one that says bonus
Yes.
rewards.
Uh,
If you go to the fourth page, the first thing on it is a little back bling that plays Family Guy funny moments,
that's actually really cool.
and it's fucking hysterical. I
So
need it.
basically, while you're playing Fortnite, you get Family Guy funny moments streamed to
Yes,
you as a
yes,
distraction while you're
yes.
running. That's
There's no sound,
actually
I think, but
okay.
it's just fucking funny to
It's still
look at.
something
Like
exactly, kind of like what what
it's
what is it? What the whole reason you got Chun Li was so you could stare at your ass while you're running, right?
yeah, exactly. It's
So now
really
it's you
funny,
get
but
you know
so to grind it, you have to grind not just like getting the tiers in the battle pass. You have to get all the rewards, and then I have to start grinding the ones on the second page. So you just gotta play a lot, and so I've been like every day I like get home and I do like my dailies. Like I do like daily stuff. I play a couple games, and then I do other stuff. And I would have today, but I didn't because I was like, oh, we're gonna fucking play. Um, we're gonna play on the stream.
yeah,
So I've been sitting here waiting for it because
and waiting and
yeah.
waiting. Okay.
Well, no, I mean I was doing other stuff,
No,
but
I know, but it's just funnier to imagine you just sitting there like
I'm still sitting
silently
there like I
with
can't do
like
anything. I
the
play
kind of
Fortnite.
the expression like inside everything's just falling into a void, and then you're just sitting there still, just eyes open, just waiting for me to message you so we can play Fortnite and stream and have funny Weeb Club conversations. Um,
And he's a Fortnite gooner. I don't know if I'm a gooner for it. I think it's fun, brother. Like it also helps, and I do want to try some of the other ones. I think it helps Fortnite a lot right now that there's a bunch of different game modes. Like I haven't touched the Lego one a lot yet because I expect that like probably like
oh,
sometime in
so it's a
January,
separate game
hopefully.
mode of Fortnite. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
so
sense.
is
Yeah,
the racing and
because
the rhythm game
we
mode,
can do other
which we
ones.
can yeah. They're like really cool and they kind of help make it so like I can play Fortnite for a couple hours every day, like 2 hours.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I'm playing like different games the whole
where are we
time, like
going?
made by different studios. I don't know. Let's go Pleasant Plaza.
Okay.
Give us some time before we gotta drop. Um I don't spend that much money. I did buy all the Ninja Turtle skins, but
Hmm.
it's fine. And I'm gonna have to fucking buy. I think Vegeta's coming in like a week or
Nice.
two next week after. And I have the ones in my account sitting there. I just need to fucking grab either him or Gohan because I think one of the two would be really funny. I think it's Vegeta, but I keep like Gohan is really rare to see, and
Uh-huh.
every time I see Gohan, I'm like, oh, Gohan looks really good.
Okay. Cool.
But
I still think the only thing I would get is like Rick and Morty related because of it's one, I do like it, and two, people don't like it. So
well, it's in the shop right now.
okay, well I'm not. I mean that's I don't like want to get it that much. Like
Rick is in the or no, not Rick. Rick is not because I think Rick was part of the battle pass. Morty is in the shop,
mhm.
and the one that Zack Snyder plays, the little blue guy,
Uh-huh.
the little blue Graylien, and then I don't know. I think Summer.
Okay. Oh, Mr. V6, yeah. Was Blue Alien, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have very many hours at work right now, so that's why I'm kind of like I have plenty of money,
Oh,
but
I feel
I don't
that.
have income is the problem.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
So I don't want
Literally.
to. Then again, I also I've been trying to change my phone provider because the my previous phone provider didn't have any
Who are you using? Put them on blast,
so
bro.
I
I
had
hate cell
Verizon.
phone providers.
I had
Okay,
Verizon.
fuck them.
And yeah, so they didn't have internet service in my area, so I got Xfinity. Um,
Oh, even worse.
yeah, probably, but
Oh wait, you bundle up your phone and your.
yeah, that's what I wanted to do just for convenience, right? Like, so I'm only paying one bill instead of two. Plus, I think it was internet, it was a little cheaper. Um,
Yeah.
but so basically, the Samsung phone I got was apparently it's bugged where it's basically locked to its first um, provider.
Mm-hmm.
Also, these are definitely bots because they are really bad at the game. So,
Well,
which is
that's
fine.
because it's
It's fine to warm
glitchy.
up. Yeah. But anyway, so it's been rough because basically because my phone is bugged, I had to get a new phone, um, or keep uh, Verizon. And so I literally just got my new phone today. So I literally haven't even been able to like do phone stuff for the last like week, um, because like I mean I have Wi-Fi, um, but that's it. So it's just been really bad and awful systems being horrible to work with and so luckily out of the three people I ended up talking to on the phone, two of them were legitimately pretty helpful. um One lady was awful though, so
You should get her fired.
God, because she was like, we can't help you anymore, and they're just being like interrupting me and just being short with me, and I just fucking hung up the phone. I was about to deal with that. um so yeah. Um, so yeah, that's the rough stuff that's been up with me. So as for nicer stuff, yeah, I did not see that you popped in on my stream briefly. Because
Oh,
yeah, I
well
saw
then how do you know now?
because I was rewatching the VOD so that I can
Oh.
make them like because the whole point was to make a comment on the videos that I rewatched. So I rewatched it
Oh, I see.
to to make the comment for the Super Festival video just to
Yeah.
and then I saw you
Yeah,
message and I was like, oh.
I popped in for a little bit. You were streaming at like 5 p.m. my time,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was waiting for my girlfriend to get home because like I had stopped playing something. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I think I was playing Bloodborne, and I got pissed off, and I closed it. And she was about to get home, and she was like, "Well, I don't want to start a game and like be in the middle of like doing something and then pause it." So I'll
Mhm.
just like sit here and fuck around on the internet. And I saw you were streaming. What video were you watching? You were watching your eye patch wolf video,
Yes.
and I stopped in and was watching, and then she got home, and I turned off the stream.
Mhm. Yeah, I
But
know. I figured you were. It's well, it's the funny because it's like Nunmanji was there for a good part of it. Shaves popped in. Hot Boy Spicy popped in. Math was funniest because like I literally just randomly mentioned Ayakashi Triangle and she's like Ayakashi Triangle is Kino and someone made a joke about how she heard Ayakashi Triangle came running. And I was like it was funny.
Well, yeah, that was the thing was I said the one thing and then like I wasn't just gonna like sit in your chat and like your chat was moving enough that because like if I'm like if I was like sitting in someone's chat and or like yeah and there wasn't a lot of action,
hmm
I would probably feel the need to be a lot more talkative to keep the chat moving.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but
Um,
people were talking enough and there were enough people that were saying anything that came to mind that I was just kind of waiting until I felt like you said something that like
you wanted
gave
to
me
respond
something
to meaningfully,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Instead,
exactly.
yeah.
Like I had a because it was
Um,
like fast enough that you probably would have been able to read it, but I was waiting
oh
for
no,
something a little.
I'd say it was a pretty successful stream.
Yeah,
Because I think the highest viewers was like 60 and average was like 40, which is pretty good. I mean, obviously,
yeah,
I have
that's
a
not
lot of
bad at all.
subs on the channel, obviously, that I'm built, but yeah, it was
That's a good stream.
yeah, and
You should try doing like a One Piece related stream just to see how it does. Like
that
I
would
think like
that's true.
genuinely, and I think you could do either like just doing like genuinely like One Piece like talking about it doing like a tier list or something like that.
hmm
Or I think you could even just try like that's not something you would have to, but like playing like a One Piece game, like either the RPG or like the you
Yeah,
know,
there are a lot of One Piece games.
just like is something to see if like it gets people fucking, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, it's more people interested. That's fair. Because yeah, I've definitely thought. Well, I've also thought of like doing a stream no one gives a shit about because like I like Aikatsu character tier lists or something.
Dude, that would go crazy. No, I think that actually goes bonkers because here's the thing that you don't understand.
Okay.
As long as occasionally, especially, you have really, really negative opinions on characters out of nowhere, I think that's funny as fuck because
Okay.
you're going through it and nobody knows anything about all of these small little girls. And all of a sudden, one shows up and you're like, this is the worst character that's ever been. She is the worst. I want her to die in the pits of hell. And everyone's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? You
I
know?
think in general, just like having very passionate opinions about anime girls that if you don't know them, you can't really tell them apart.
Exactly.
And just because like yeah, and I might even
As
like
long as it's not just all like passionately like positive, you know what I mean? Because if it's all like, yeah, she's great, I like her. Next one, yeah, she's great, I like her. It's like, okay,
well,
well,
yeah, but I mean, as long as I have like like because I that's the thing, especially for an audience that doesn't know Aikatsu, I can literally just like describe the show, and like people are gonna be like like I don't know,
that's
um
true.
maybe it'll work, but I have other ideas too, like obviously finishing rewatching. I only watched two videos that stream because the Super Butch Wolf one obviously took a lot of time, and I was like I could go a little bit longer. I'll watch a shorter one. I saw Our Shadows, and I was like time to they gotta die, and it's like nope, those aren't people, that's just us. How do you even taunt? I don't even know.
I don't know what it is on mouse and keyboard. I think V or B pulls up the emote wheel, and then you
It
just
was
get
B.
whatever emote.
Yes.
Oh wait, I have that somewhere. Here it is.
Yep, there it is. I don't have that many.
I have a bunch. This one I love to do on Goku just to be extremely Hispanic.
I've
Like
seen them.
Goku doing this is the
Um,
most Mexican thing I can possibly do,
no,
and I love
I
it.
love the meme where it's like a political comic where there's like a water pipe and there's like a skinny guy drinking like a small trickle,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
there's a really big guy, and it's like media for Hispanics, and it's like fucking like I think Blue Beetle was the last one I saw, and then
Yeah.
the next one, and then it was like but Hispanics just like Dragon Ball.
Dude,
So
it's just Goku. He's all who matters.
yeah. Um,
God, Peter Griffin is so fucking funny, dude. I can't handle it.
yeah, Spoon. I just watched my Super High Batch Wolf critique video, which I mostly still agree with, but there was definitely some issues that I had with it. And then I watched my Anime is Unrealistic video, which someone even pointed out it was kind of like I kind of did a better version of it with my Shonen video, the one about the Shonen's not for me video.
I got to him.
Nice. So only those two it took, like, yeah, and it still took 3.5 hours.
Wait,
Um,
come here.
what's it? Oh, you good? That's pretty great.
And what's wild about that thing is, so like you can like buy songs in the shop, and if you have, or you can get them through the pass, which the weekend's at the end of the pass. So
Oh,
I have the rhythm game pass for the weekend.
yeah.
But if you get songs in it and people have different songs, you can like put different instrumentations together and just make shitty remixes in the like in game. I was playing yesterday with some friends and we made something that like at one point sounded fucking great, and then we all changed song and instrument once, and it went from sounding like good to being the most horrific thing possible, and we all immediately just moved away to get the sound to stop, and it was the most like honest piece of like collaborative, like I don't know, that I've ever felt in
Like
my life in a video game.
incidental music creation kind of, right?
Yeah, where it's just like that is like the experience right there, you know?
Hmm.
Like you have something and then it all goes to shit in half a second. It's just like, yes, I love Fortnite.
Yeah. That's cool. No, yeah, I was even thinking about like because I just remember my dad talking about how like, oh, video games, they don't um they don't help with creativity or something. And I'm just like, I don't know, these games are totally like oh, is that what that does? Okay.
Brother, you put it in the ground. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday. I'll let you take
Um,
it, brother. Your present.
yeah, that's fair. Um,
See, you're funny, Craftsdwarf, because I feel like here, I got an emote for you. Because Peter Griffin hitting the gritty does nothing for you culturally. But what about this?
yeah, I was there.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Um,
I might have some other ones that I can catch you with culturally.
no, I
Hold on.
remember early. I remember like my first exposure to YouTube being one of a teacher at my high school who I didn't have, and for some reason I was with another friend and we went to his that classroom at lunch, and he was just
What
showing off some
okay.
YouTube
What
videos.
about this one?
Yep, Matrix. That one was memed to death even before YouTube.
Fucking funny. You gotta love Peter Griffin doing fucking. I also love the Naruto emotes.
Yep, always.
Oh wait, I skipped it. I don't know why. Brother?
Oh, it's no, there it goes. Okay, that was really weird, but it worked.
Yes.
That was great.
We should go. The zone coming. Are you getting shot at?
No.
Oh, I see them up here. They see us?
Yep.
Oh my god, I downed one of them.
Fuck yeah.
I actually hit him mid-jump, too. There's guys up on this ridge behind you, Craftsdwarf.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I'm gonna, because there's cover over here, too. And
I know. I'm going to get over here and then try to fuck up these guys because one of them's down, so...
It was a frog.
If he's picking them up, they're over here.
I saw him. Oh, cool.
Oh,
Sorry.
I saw some running away way up there.
Yeah, no, they were. I saw some run.
Okay, there's still this guy up here by this tree.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I get the.
Where? Oh,
Over
that tree.
there.
I see him. Okay. And there's someone up higher too.
Dude, I can't hit him. Fuck, I'm bad. You gotta move to the zone.
Yeah.
I don't think they're in the zone either, though. So the guy up higher, especially, is like turbo fucked. The lower guy is probably fine, but I eliminated one guy. The higher guy's gotta be fucked. Yeah, they jumped down.
Okay.
I see one of them in the water.
Oh, I
Knocked
was
him.
getting shot out, or someone.
I knocked the guy who was shooting at you.
Alright,
I'm
okay.
shooting at the other one.
Yeah,
He's in the zone. He's behind this rock. He's in the zone. He's fucked. Okay, I hit him a bunch, but we
Nice.
should just move to the zone.
Okay.
The person I knocked back there is gonna die for sure to the zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we can just keep moving.
I got too far away from you, but I'll fix that.
No, you're good.
Okay.
We're chilling.
Okay, I forget what we were talking about.
No way, which one's an emote, Ace? You gotta say, because I have no idea which one. If it's the summoning one or the fusion jutsu. I think there's other Dragon Ball emotes I didn't pick. Like when the Dragon Ball ones came out, I was super broke at the time, and it was like I had to pick one character. And it was like basically I was trying to pick between Goku or Vegeta, and I still stand by picking Goku. I still think if you only pick one, you have to pick Goku. The question
He's
now is
definitely
if
the
I pick
funniest, I think.
yeah, the question is if I pick a second one, it's like, is it Vegeta or Gohan? And like, I want to say Vegeta, but there's a part of me that thinks Gohan's also really good, and I also just love Gohan. You know?
Yeah, no, like yeah, for sure. It's either like what's funny and what do you like more, right? Like
Yeah,
the
actually, exactly. Yes. Even though not that I don't love Vegeta because I do, I think I like Gohan more.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, I had to get the chair one. Yeah, dude, that shit was crazy. I had a friend use it in the game, and from this minute that I saw him use it, I scoured the item. Like I just watched the item shop like a fucking hawk. And the next time I saw it, I was like, I'm buying it right now. Like I was not gonna catch fucking. Oh my god, I'm getting shot. The gas station. Okay, he's up on the roof of it. I see him now. I hit him once. I hit him again. He's behind there. If you want to push on him,
Yeah, I'm
I
heading in.
broke his shields. To be fair, he broke mine, but oh, he's like shooting at me now. I'm downed. Oh, there's another guy behind you, Craftsdwarf.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Oh.
You're fine. So there's a person on the roof, and there's a guy following your trail, like exactly behind you.
Yeah,
So
I
just
did.
be careful. No, you're good.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye out. Well, fuck. Okay. Damn. That they fucking tore his
Crafts, what were you
shirts.
saying about your dad and video games ruining imagination?
Oh no, that's right. I was trying to say how it's like yeah, Fortnite and Roblox was another thing where it's like they, if anything, they foster Minecraft. Like they're giving kids canvases not only to communicate with other people, but also yeah, there's room for creativity here. I think or expression rather might be another way to put it.
Do I stay on Peter for another one, or do I start switching? What do you think? What do you guys think, chat? I think the new sites feel a lot better than I think they look on the outside. They feel really good in game. I actually think they feel better than like modern Call of Duty sites. I'll do another game of Peter, and then I will start switching it around.
So yeah, the stream went well. Oh yeah, I guess we were talking because like yeah, something One Piece related is definitely a good idea. I've mentioned it to some people, but I'm also going to be replay Danganronpa 1 on stream for my
Ooh.
video because so basically I was writing the script and I was getting hung up because like replaying it last time I definitely got a better understanding of Junko, but it's like it's funny how much I've come around on Junko because I used to really hate her, but now I'm like, you know, I wouldn't see she's like a favorite character of mine by any stretch, but she might be one of the most interesting one in the game, and I kind of want to replay it, and partly like it'll also be like commentary, I guess, because I'll just be like, here's all my thoughts on Danganronpa as I play it. But it'll also be, you know, I'll be digging it, like, because like there's just a lot of foreshadowing and like indirect, like the Monokuma theaters really go into Junko in ways that's like because they seem really random, but and dumb. But then you actually that like once you know more about Junko, it's like oh. So there's just a lot of like foreshadowing in the game and like
By the way.
stuff that's only or how do you bring up the map tab? No,
M,
M.
maybe.
Yes. Okay, and then let's go to the. I don't have any question marks. Let's go to the glacier. Yeah, that'll work. So that's one thing I want to do. Because I figure I'm a Danganronpa guy. People like that. There's maybe some people. That said, I haven't done a Danganronpa video in a hot minute, but I know several people who obviously it'll be playing it, but it'll be with spoilers. And then obviously in general. So another reason I thought I might want to stream, because part of it is like, because like Shades will do streams for his content, and then like Hot Boy Spicy and Alexander have just been streams where they're just doing or experiencing content, I guess. So like, because I was playing Mobile of Alternate Total Eclipse, and one part really like got to me like I had a really good reaction to it, and there was part of me that was like, yeah, it'd be kind of fun to have that on video. um so
Mhm.
there might be some like visual novel playing on stream. I did think Ace Attorney might be a fun one to do eventually,
Ooh.
just because like I've already played all the Danganronpa games, and so like though I
Oh,
like
there are some. Okay, man, there are some Ace Attorney moments I would love
yeah,
to
because
see.
I've been spoiled on some a little bit. Like I know some of the culprits, but it's like because I especially think of it like with like Detective Conan and Cyber Academy, where they have this whole
I'm
thing where they're
fucking
like,
dead.
oh fuck,
I got shot in the back by Leonardo at the start of the fucking match. He
that
just walked in the door
turtle
behind
ass
me and just,
bitch.
he's carrying me out of here too. He's taking me away, brother.
I'm coming.
I'm outside with him. He's just staring me down. Oh, he's serenading me.
Well,
Someone showed up and I died.
that was me. He killed me.
Oh. Oh. I didn't even realize it was you. All right, I'm gonna switch off Peter.
He's bad luck apparently. um,
Yeah, I think, and I mean, like, even moments that like everyone knows, like, I don't even feel bad saying this one because it's like I feel like such a classic Ace Attorney, like whatever, you know.
mhm.
But
But yeah, all right. What I was trying to say is like I like reading
oh,
detective stuff like Detective Conan or Cypher Academy also kind of wants you to like figure out the wordplay thing, but it's like it's really annoying with those because it's like they'll use a lot of language stuff, and it's like, well, what's the point of even putting in the effort when I'm never gonna figure it out?
mhm.
Right. But with Ace Attorney, it's not like that. But like obviously, I can't do it Danganronpa because I literally know all the mysteries. But Ace Attorney, it's like, oh, so I can actually have the fun of like trying to uncover the mystery myself. But also, it's like, yeah, and there's also shitload. There's like fucking
I
two trilogies, the Edgeworth spinoffs. There's the Great Ace Attorney.
I will be
Like,
very
there's
honest
plenty.
about Ace Attorney. I think if you want me to be honest about my thoughts in terms of like the mystery aspects, yeah, I could feel differently, maybe replaying them or thinking about it a little bit more. But right now, I would say that I think that um okay, so like not that the mystery isn't good sometimes. I mean, obviously, look, there's a lot of the times that that shit is real obvious.
Well, I
I do
know.
think there's
Yeah, I've also heard like I know the first case in the first
well,
game. You literally already know who the culprit is. It's a matter of proving it, right?
right. So okay. So that's first of all, I think a large. It's yeah. It's two things. It's like you first you can't always figure it out day one, especially for I think a lot of the earlier games. I'll pick Origo this time.
That's fine.
I like classic courts. Um, and then I think the second part of it is like I don't know. It's just like like in Ace Attorney more most of the time it comes down to a battle, right? It's way more just like it's you versus the prosecutor and kind of like the client, but really it's you versus the prosecutor. And it's like this battle between the two people and the music's going off and like that, like the like hype of it is what kind of carries, I think, a lot of the scenes and the moments. More so than necessarily the mystery, because like the mysteries are caught between like you have to get more information on the later days to even piece together a lot of the times what's fully happening.
Uh huh.
And some of the piecing together I think gets a little bit ruined by how specific the game can be with when you have to use clues when. And I think I don't so this is hard for me to rate because I don't know if the game got better at it or I got better at reading
Right.
the game
Right.
as I played. And I think that's something people don't talk about as much when they talk about like series over time. It's like I genuinely cannot tell you too much after like one playthrough if I think that like Great Ace Attorney is way, way, way better about like leading you in the direction of like, you know, you got to do this and then this and then this in a case, or if by the time I had played, you know, four other ones,
Yes.
I knew I have to do this and then this and then this in a case.
That makes sense. No, because I've heard. Yeah, because I know you've only played one Danganronpa game, so there's only like so far you can compare the two. Um,
Um,
so
but well, I would say they're really hard to compare mystery wise because like, okay, not that they aren't both, especially Great Ace Attorney about like the underlying story,
mhm.
but I think a lot of times the individual mysteries, especially in Danganronpa, do way more in service of the overarching narrative.
That's fair. Yeah.
And especially a lot of Ace Attorney quests or cases. Dude, this Michelangelo literally fucked me up. I went to go shoot him and he just like, holy fuck. A lot of Ace Attorney quests literally are like, this person died. Prove that the person they're saying killed him didn't do it.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, well, that was the wrong gun.
And then there's just like some other things. I don't know. There's better than us. I don't know. I think Ace Attorney is really cool, but I feel like when I think about it more, there are some times where it's like, oh, the mystery clicked, but a lot more times it's like either a really cool trick that I couldn't have figured out with how the mystery worked, or it really is just like I remember the character moments of like what characters say and what courtroom revelations mean, and like the hype of everything with the music way more than like, oh, this is who did it. A lot of times, especially in the early Ace Attorney games, because there's only so many witnesses in a trial, you're like, oh yeah, this is the murderer. Okay.
Right.
So
Okay, but I mean, it's more just like it's an aspect that I can't get that often, and Ace Attorney is
yeah,
like what? So it's
that's
like,
fair.
well, because like I loved when Math was streamed Danganronpa. There's the moment in the second trial where like if you don't know who the culprit is by that point, you figure it out when the color of the jumpsuit comes into play. And I remember the first time I played it, I had that click moment. And it's just like fuck when I realized who did it, because it's like it's you don't want that person to have done it, but they did it, do it. And I remember when Math was streamed it, I did see her do that, have that exact moment of just that real when you can tell when she realizes it, and it's just like because I mean I imagine there's got to be some cases that are more like that moment, I guess I would hope, but maybe not. But even if not, as long as it's neat. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll have fun with it. And yeah, I saw ADV guy mentioned science adventure games, which is like I kind of figured he would. Like it's just on brand. Um, and that was a thought, but I don't know. I don't know. I just like I definitely want to finish Muv-Luv first. As far as visual novels go. So I don't know if I'll stream those. If I do stream them, I don't think I'll stream the Photon Flowers and Photon Memories. Always get that mixed up. But
You know what, Ace? I'll one up you, brother. I think I don't know, it maybe slash is the best verb for it, but like slash games over pew pew games, you know? I'd say most of the time I would much rather a video game, like if I'm playing a game, right? And like almost like Kingdom Hearts style, I'm like picking a weapon in front of me that I'm going to like decide the game around. And like, you give me a gun. Okay, to be fair, if you gave me a gun, like a microphone to represent speech and like a sword, I would totally pick the microphone because I would be like, what the fuck is this gonna be? You know what I mean? But if I like had, if I was like fully understanding what like, each meant, I would totally pick a sword over a gun in a game, I think, like 10 times out of 10. Maybe 8 times out of 10, or like maybe 7 if I'm like feeling like playing a shooter that day. But I think most times I would rather just have like, and I think sword is like indicative of any type of melee weapon, right? Like it doesn't have to be a sword in the game. It could be a sword, it could be an axe, it could be a spear, it could be a fucking
Basically, you aren't playing using spells when you're playing a fucking FromSoft game.
I could use spells sometimes. It
Sometimes,
depends.
but it's not your. Is it your first preference? Is it the first thing you'll do?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Because I just think those
My
spells are
I
cool,
always
but
default to a strength build, brother. I
I
I
definitely
find
yeah.
a big sword or like a big weapon, and I just fucking slap shit.
Yeah, I agree. That's how again, it's not the only way I play it, but it's the tends to be the primary way I play them.
Yeah, a
So,
lot of times I'll do decks on like a replay.
hmm
Um, but I feel like strength. I mean, it's how I play Monster Hunter too. But I feel like strength works well. I've been thinking about this a lot because I played Liza P, and then I've
yes,
been replaying Bloodborne. I'm almost done with it.
cool.
Um,
What
and
boss
then
were
I
you getting mad at earlier? Uh,
uh, dude, brother. There's a few bosses, and I don't think that game has great bosses, and I'm almost done with it. And I've played it like 2-3 times at this point, up to the end,
mhm.
most of the way through. I don't think maybe 4 times if you count like most of the way through is like beating like at least like the one reborn.
Mhm.
So just being like at Mikolash. And like man, there are some fucking bad bosses in that game. I'm sorry, Rom fucking sucks. As- Rom would be better if the game didn't have blood vials as the system they are, but I think long drawn out fights are so bad with the games. Like I'm not as anti like okay, I still don't love blood vials, but I'm not as like completely 200% against them
Well,
as I was. Just
the
because
thing with
like
them is that they're just so punishing to players who, especially if like it's your first like FromSoft
yeah,
game, like because if you're good at it, you just can stock on them very early, very quickly because you're not getting hurt as much, right? Um,
yeah, I guess that's the difference. Is it hasn't been that bad because there's only been a handful of times that I've ever genuinely like farmed for them, and anytime I do like 2 run-throughs. But I do remember there being times when I was a lot worse that I like was farming for like hours. You know what I mean?
right, and
And
because
I am worried about Lady Maria and Orphan of Kos because they're who I have next. So so
oh yeah,
all I have left main game boss wise is like the final 2 chalice dungeons, which I don't think I'm gonna do
no, that's
because I
so tedious
don't
to get through all the top chalice dungeons.
I enjoy doing them because I like the gameplay enough.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't like
There's some awful
I
parts of it I
don't want to have to
remember.
do the online grinding of them to get the materials to keep building future ones. And I'm not going to do that for these last couple ones, so I gave up on them. But I
Mhm.
did do most of the chalice dungeons, and I do
And I don't remember the
appreciate
boss at the
their
end being very worth it.
well,
Honestly, the
that's what I say is it does bother me though that
Queen
like
of
so
Yarnum or
many
whatever.
bosses and enemy types are hidden behind them because like they're so fun and I like had no idea that there's so many cool and different enemy and bosses like in the game, you know.
Hmm
But so I'm at Murgo, like at Murgo. So like my bonfire there is elevator, walkway, Murgo, no enemies.
hmm
Um and then I just beat Ludwig. So all I have left boss wise is Murgo. I didn't do the true ending. I forgot to
Get the
bring the
umbilical
people to the
cords.
thing before you turn
Yeah.
it to night or whatever.
Uh
So I
huh.
don't have the umbilical cords because
Unfortunate.
I didn't birth the unborn fetus. It is unfortunate actually,
Yeah.
but
Um.
so yeah. So I mean, I just have to do them and I'll be done. Um, and so like I'm worried about Orphan of Kos and Lady Maria, especially needing to farm on them. Thankfully, I think for the most part, I'm probably pretty good on levels. I'm in like the 70s, and I do like a good amount of damage. I could probably dump some,
mhm.
into levels, but for the most part, when I return with like a large amount of blood vials, I do just fucking pump them into buying more, or with a large amount of like souls, I just pump them into the blood vials.
Yeah. No.
Um,
Like I think about those bosses, and it's like, damn, it's been a while since I played that game, but I'm still like, I did beat those bosses. Jesus Christ! Because in my memory, it's like there
well,
were. It was a time.
I
Um,
feel so, and I might part of me like wants to keep going with playing like Souls likes, and I might ask you about this because I've been really okay. Hold on, okay. So the final boss of Lies of P was I think the hardest Souls like boss I've ever fought, but
really.
still one of the most fair. He is so fucking good and so fun, and it took me like 2 days of like grinding it and paying
Oops. Is
attention.
that me?
Yeah, it's fine. We can fight these guys. And then like reaching a point where I was like, okay, I need to like essentially wait on this game until I need to like sleep and like commit this more to memory. Like it was up there with like some of the hardest Sekiro bosses for sure.
Okay.
Um really fucking tough fight, really fun. Like those that like basically like I didn't know if I was gonna beat the game the day I beat it because like I just was having so much trouble with the fight.
I'm
And
getting
I
shot.
told
I'm getting shot.
yeah, from the bottom of the hill. Um I told a friend, I was like, I might not do it today. And like my second attempt, I got like within one hit on the boss, and like I realized it had clicked, and I like had it.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the attempts of the boss that day were genuinely so fucking fun. And I want to play Liza P again, but I wanted to replay Bloodborne, and I wanted to read
Just
Pinocchio as
to
well.
yeah, because I heard that's the most comparable one, I guess.
No, it's not. It's
Oh
only
no.
it's even playing Pinocchio, you know it's not. No. Get the other guy. Get the other guy. Don't shoot the down guy. Never shoot the down guy.
Oh
Good
thank
job.
God.
So if you show up to a fight, right,
Okay.
and I'm down, there's a
Yeah,
downed
no,
guy.
I
And
wasn't
you
paying
don't
attention.
get
I
the
just
other
saw him
guy.
moving.
Yeah. You don't ever shoot the down guy because he doesn't do anything. You have to take
you're
him.
right. No, I was aware that I just wasn't. I was just shooting, not thinking, and talking more than.
No, you're good. You're good. I was gonna shit my pants for a second.
Do you want
there
the
for a
Sasuke's medallion or?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get my shields. I don't want to be seen on the map. You can take it.
Oh, is that what it does? Oh shit. Okay.
It,
Well, I'm bait now.
it used to be worth it when it would fully replenish your shields, but now it only
Okay.
does a little bit. But you can take it if you want. They're good if you get all the medallions. They're really good. But no, so it's surface level, like visually comparable to Bloodborne,
Okay.
but gameplay wise, it's honestly, I think it's the closest to.
Do you have no? You would use it. Yeah. I was gonna ask you bandages, but
Oh no, I don't. I think it's the closest to like Dark Souls, like 3,
okay.
with a little bit of Sekiro in there.
Okay.
In like the best way.
Okay. That's because you said it was like you know in the moment you kind of forget it's not a FromSoft game, right?
I want to. I'll talk about this in a second. I don't know if I should talk about this in the Weeb clip because I haven't wanted to talk about this, but maybe I just will and not give a fuck because it's not like there's a lot of people here, and I say so much shit, people don't care that if I say it and it doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. There's bandages here.
Yeah. I'm gonna use some, and I can give them to you when I'm done.
Oh wait, never mind. There's some down here too.
Oh, cool. So anyway, so yeah,
so
is it a content idea or something?
Yeah, basically about like Liza P being like derivative, and so I don't know where I would go with it fully, but it's like I think it's really interesting that Liza P, like in both its gameplay being directly lifted from, Dark Souls, like Sekiro, stuff like that, right? Like just they directly took gameplay ideas from FromSoft games.
Yes.
And the story is an adaptation of a book. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's not like either aspect of the game are like wholly unique, but like I first of all don't think that's a bad thing, and I think that the game does a lot of really interesting stuff with both of those.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to talk about that, but I feel like part of it is I wanted to play Bloodborne just because that's still I still feel bad that I feel like I'm missing something with that game.
Okay.
Or I always did feel like I want to get back to that in a second, but
yeah.
I always did feel like I was missing something with Bloodborne because
no,
everyone loved it and talked about it. I think I talked about it before, yeah, and I just didn't.
No, I know I remember because I do remember you talking about your issue with the health specific because it is like, and especially the way I just thought about it, where it's like with the other Souls games, it's because the health is more especially the Dark Souls
more than
game.
just the health, and I think I can figure it out a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And I have a lot better thoughts on this game on Bloodborne now, with this playthrough, and part of it I think is that I kind of did a lot better through most of the game, kind of sailed through most of it, and was chilling and having a good time, but still like recognizing where like the game really pisses me off, and then at some points getting just unbelievably frustrated. I mean, I think there's just some bosses in Bloodborne. I think Rom isn't good. I think any boss that's really, really big in Bloodborne is really tough and really bad. Like tough in a bad way. I think Rom is one. I think Ludwig is one. The one Reborn isn't great. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Shadows of Yharnam is a terrible fucking fight that should never have been fucking in that game. That one room with the 3 hunters is in Yargul.
Oh God, yeah.
You haven't played that game in forever, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because a lot of the bosses you're mentioning, I'm like, I kind of remember that one, or who's that one again? But then you mentioned that one room with 3 guys. It's like the NPCs in general, because they have infinite gun ammo, are fucking impossible.
Infinite gun ammo, and I think overall most of the enemies in Bloodborne just have way too much fucking health.
Oh, yeah.
I understand that the game wants you to just be in there fucking smacking them and take a hit and keep going. But like they just have too much health. And especially at certain points in the game with like your power level,
Hmm.
there are some enemies that just even parrying just too much fucking health. It's just and the I think they have too much health for how much the game bullshit never works in your favor in a FromSoft game,
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
think is fine, but it really like is the most frustrating on Bloodborne. And like I think a good example is like you go to parry a guy and you get hit at the same time, and like that's kind of a little finicky interaction. It always ends up with you losing, you
right.
know? Enemies like hitting through walls or whatever. And I think I don't know, just at certain points Bloodborne like really fucking bothers me and frustrates me. And then sometimes I think when you're playing through it and the levels are hitting, that game is really fucking fun and feels great, you
I
know?
mean, one thing I don't know if it's my absolute favorite, but just the parry system in general with the gun is feels really fucking satisfying.
It does.
Like it like every
The
fucking
window's
time,
a
and not.
little too small for me, I think.
Mhm.
But maybe I'm just insane, and maybe it's more
Yeah,
my weapon.
I
I'm
should.
just
Yeah,
turning around. Yeah,
that's fine.
no, they're good. That's fucking
Yep, I'm
terrifying.
gone. Oh yeah.
Well, I think because you died immediately, you got sniped.
No, yeah, no. I did break one of their. I got like 100 damage on one of them. So
Where? Hold on
because they
for
were by the
stream.
windmill. But yep.
Oh my god, I'm bad.
Unfortunate. Um,
Dude, I wanted to do the soccer ball and then kill him for the clip, and then I missed.
I respect it though.
uh, but yeah, I don't. And I mean, like, I've been enjoying it for the most part. I am glad to almost be done with it, and I can just not worry about it.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I that game is so fucking frustrating at times, and blood vials make anything that's long, like basically like because it's a farmable resource that like you can lose, and if you lose a lot of them, you just lose a lot of them. And like I would consider like losing them like in a long boss fight where you use a shit ton of them and don't beat the boss is just a waste, you know?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think Rom especially is the worst culprit of it, and you have to fight him fucking twice because he shows up in the Chalice dungeons, and I was so triggered. Like, because he's like a long 3-stage fight where you have to kill these little spiders, and then the second and third phase you're watching for his fucking spells that can just one-shot you if you're not paying attention.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a
Yeah.
very like intentionally slow, deliberate fight that you're playing that can take, 10, 15 minutes, and maybe not that long, but it feels like that long. And then you die and lose 15 blood vials, and it's like, what?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just gonna kill myself.
Um,
See you, Ace. Thanks
'Cause
for
yeah,
stopping by.
I remember having a lot of fun with it back with that when I played, but it's also been so long, and
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
still like the game, and I would say mostly I'm having a good time. Don't get me wrong. I don't think, and maybe I'm maybe all the games have like a very similar thing where
Are you gonna pick or am I gonna pick?
yeah, I'll pick. We'll go here. Actually, you know what? Let's go fight Boss Peter Griffin. I jumped a little early, but just if you can make it to Snooty Steeps, we'll fight Boss Peter.
Snooty Steep, Snooty Steep, Snooty Steep.
Um,
Oh, I
but
see it all the way down there. Okay, yeah.
like I don't know. I just think like, and I really do think it's possible that when you think back on playing, even when I think back on playing Elden Ring, which I haven't finished, but I think back on playing Sekiro, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, I feel like as long as I finish the game, you mostly look back on it positively, you
Uh
know?
huh.
Can look back at like the fun moments and the fun, and like even still when I think about Dark Souls 3 bullshit, like I know if I really tried that like Lauren and Lorien or whatever the fuck have some dog shit in them. And like the twin demon princes have some dog shit in
Uh
them.
huh.
And who else? There's some
I
boss
still haven't
dog.
beaten Midir the Dark Feeder.
Oh, the one witch in On Orlando sucks, right? But also it's like the only part of that game that I remember ever being like really frustrating is that game's version of maybe not Undeadburg,
Oh.
right after Vort, when you fucking the dragons fly you to that second area. It's like the only place I ever consistently feel like I get really frustrated doing. And it's just because that like that first whatever. But I don't know. I maybe I'm insane. And like part of me feels like I should take a break for a little bit from the Souls likes after even though like I have this video idea and I want to make it, and I have that and I have 2 other video ideas, but one of them I'm definitely scrapping, and I'm
Okay.
just going to use finishing, and if I fully make it, I maybe do. And if I don't, then that's fine. It will be just like kind of practice with like certain aspects of doing things, because I kind of realized immediately upon trying to make it that it is not something I think I want to do at all.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense. Like immediately upon trying to like write the script and realize like conceptually how it would work to do it, I realized like it is like really anti-fun, I think.
Yeah.
I can just say I was gonna try to write a review of like the newest Final Fantasy 16 DLC, and
Okay.
immediately I was like, oh, this is like not fun. Like there is no joy in just writing like a bare bones like this is you know, what is in the DLC, this is what I think of it.
Uh-huh.
Mainly because like I don't think that's interesting. And also maybe part of it, you know, if I'm being honest, is like I don't know if I'm confident enough in my ability, in my opinion, I think.
Okay.
Sometimes I think I can be a little too
Nice and positive and
yeah, maybe
human.
like laissez-faire about like I just, you know, I just want to enjoy myself and have a good time and play a video game that makes me
Yeah.
happy, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably better suited to poking at something and being like, what about this makes me happy, as opposed to
Mm-hmm.
is this, because like when
Is
I
this
try to
worth
write it as a review, exactly.
you have to
When I
think
try
about
to write
the
it as a
audience that
review,
you're writing for, right?
only question I can think about it through the lens of is this worth your money? And
Yes.
that is not a question that I want to answer. I don't want to answer that. I don't want to tell someone if they should buy it. You know what I mean? Like I could talk about the DLC and say like, yeah, I thought the environment was really cool. The boss was really fun. I was a little disappointed by not turning into the big funny monster. I thought that was a little bit lame that you're doing an icon fight, you don't turn into the big funny monster in the game where you turn into a big funny monster. And I was just like waiting the whole time, and I felt like that old Vine where it's like the skater, he's like so no head, and he throws his phone and jumps on the skateboard, and that was me. But it was like so no Ifrit, and that's totally how I would have started the video, and that was totally written into the script, by the way. But fine. Uh, but
I like the way you just built into that. Uh, like, I would have done this joke, and I did. I wrote it in the script, but it was, yeah, that was good.
but it just like yeah, I have no interest in like answering like not only no interest, I think it would be yeah, I don't want to write something and try to answer um you know, is this worth your money?
Yes.
And like the other 2 ideas are like this like Lies of P, is it derivative?
Mm-hmm.
Which or not is it derivative? It is derivative, but essentially trying to use like the word derivative is like, you know, people think that's negative, but I don't think it has to be, you know. Like most
Oh shit! The fucking.
good
Oh yeah, you're already moving. I'm
and
not
like
paying.
I actually felt even more like I want to do it even more after fucking my goat Joseph Anderson uploaded a Liza P video, because like I fucking love what he did with it, and it is not what like I've been thinking with like this like hypothetical Liza P video that's been like existing in my head for a couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks now, you know. And I was like, oh fuck, it's like actually different. Wait, maybe I have something that'd be interesting. And so I've been reading Pinocchio for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Because like
interesting.
you know, I
Cause
need to read the book.
yeah, no, because I did watch the Disney movie fairly recently, so I have an idea of the
Oh,
story. But it's obviously
that
it's
little
fucking
puppet's an
Disney. So
asshole.
what was that?
That little puppet is a fucking asshole. Brother, do you know
um,
what the first thing he does in the story is?
well, I was about to say because the whole thing is like, oh, this is what happens to bad kids, like it's a scared straight kind of thing. But Pinocchio kind of.
I'm gonna die. But if you come kill this guy, there's a reboot van. If he's picking up Omni-Man, you can kill him. Win the fight. I believe in you, Craftsdwarf.
Where'd my fucking what?
No, the first thing he does is kill Jiminy Cricket, brother.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Or no, sorry. The first thing he does is get Geppetto sent to prison. The
Okay.
second thing he does is kill Jiminy Cricket. Um,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, he's an asshole, and so I think that's funny. But like, I don't expect to really get anything. Like, the more I read of it, the more I realize like
It doesn't really.
they yeah, like they adapted like I mean certain ideas definitely, and I need to get more into like the idea of being a real boy in the book that I think will come up as it goes, and it probably is just like as he gets better he becomes a real boy, which is interesting because like the point lies of P like very clearly makes with its story is like you become more human as you lie, and
Oh,
so
okay.
to get the true ending of the game, you essentially have to lie a bunch throughout the game and prove that Pinocchio has become a human and isn't just a puppet because he has the ability to lie.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
which is, yeah, interesting and is derivative of Pinocchio, but is doing its really unique, cool, interesting thing with it.
No, if anything, it's like counter to Pinocchio because
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. So,
I know.
huh?
And the if you can believe it, Craftsdwarf, the gameplay is similar from like with the souls, like as its like base, like genuinely, like it's so fucking cool and interesting,
Okay.
and people aren't talking about it with like the um. I feel like the book is a part of it, and I went to, but I have to read this fucking book, and I wanted to play Bloodborne, and I might want to like replay like fucking Dark Souls 1 and 3 and Sekiro. I don't think I need to do all that. Because I didn't even record footage for Bloodborne. That it was totally not like it kind of was. By the way, are you
I
are
already.
you ready up?
I'm dead.
Yeah, are you readied up? Are
Yeah,
you
I
back?
was ready. I was
Okay,
waiting
I
on you.
back out to the lobby most times, by the way. I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
if you know. I just do it so that I can
I just stay in the game. So and then hit
yeah,
ready.
you're good. I back out because I guess you don't need to. I do it to switch skins and stuff, but
Oh yeah.
I
I
think
don't. Yeah.
no, you're good. I normally when I play with Fortnite or play Fortnite, I'm playing with people who are also doing that.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
so every game you like back out and wait and then ask everyone if they're ready and then keep going. You know what I mean?
Okay. I just hit
Um,
ready because
no,
like
you're good.
you can just hit ready when you're ready and it'll all be fine. So you know.
Uh,
No, yeah, that sounds interesting.
right. And then the other one was an Ace Attorney one that I don't want to talk about. Mainly just because it would be a lot more just like long explaining of Ace Attorney things to spoil a
Yeah.
great moment in one of my favorite video games for everyone. That is a 5 hour plus build up to one of my favorite payoffs that I just won't I can't I'm not gonna talk about.
No, I understand, especially since I literally said that I might end up playing the
Yeah.
games at some point. So
Well, and the idea with that is like because originally it was like three different types of things, right? And I don't feel bad talking about this also because this is not something that anyone would see for months because the original idea, and this is still how I want to do it, even with the one that definitely would never get released, is kind of work on them all together and like not like as I learn lessons from one, go back and use that to like revise the others,
one second.
and try to use that as like a baseline for like what I like doing, kind of. You know what I mean? Like what? Because like I feel like one is like a very much was a like a review, and then
Uh-huh.
one is a very very narrow-minded. In my head, it can't be a long video because it's just trying to point out this one thing that this one game does technically in the context of its series, but it doesn't even have to be in that. But really just like this one thing that this one game does in one moment. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
explain
yeah.
why I think it hits so hard. And then another one is much more this very broad, like, trying to pull something out of a game.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to see. But they are all a while away because it would be I'd have to replay.
Greatest Attorney, and then or no.
I don't think I'd have to replay the whole game. I would just have to replay the final case.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Okay.
Because I really just need the Great Ace Attorney one. Funnily enough, what I want to talk about is so small and so you pick where you go. Like what's the word for this? Oh shit, you know, I actually haven't landed there. That works for me. It's so like narrow and
Mm-hmm.
focused that I don't need to replay the game to talk about it. I think I could probably just write it right now. Probably.
Okay.
I would maybe want to do it. The reason I want to do it is to have the footage of the moment,
Right. Right.
because there's footage on YouTube that exists of the big moment immediately after, and that's not what I'm looking for.
Right. Right. So,
Um,
and that way you could
and
also,
so
like,
yeah,
because like
refresh it.
and linger if you want footage of lingering on a certain part or something instead of just like skipping past all the dialogue really quickly because you're reading really fast and you're into it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I don't have any footage from it yet, but I just need to go in and get footage of that case and maybe another one just to get like examples of what I need to talk about. But really, that would be the only reason that I need to replay that one in my like head is just for footage.
mhm.
Versus the like Lies of P. I like have to that one like I need footage obviously, but I want to replay it and like really take my time with it.
Mhm.
Mess around with like other things that I didn't do at all because like sometimes, especially in Souls likes, I've been too fucked in the past by I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Like I'm playing a Souls like it happened to me in Bloodborne like twice, which is why I like got to the end of that game and ended up never finishing it. Um where like you run out of upgrade materials or something and like you get kind of stuck in some point and you're just like I know one thing I've heard it happen to people with is humanities in Dark Souls 1 where
Mhm.
you just like kind of saw like you don't actually soft lock yourself if you were good enough, but it feels like you fucked yourself.
Right, because it's just so hard to get to the point where you
Yeah,
can.
that it's like it would be easier genuinely to just like reset and start over.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times I don't want to fuck with that. So I will like intentionally not get really wild with messing with stuff. Um, so kind of like if I find a weapon I like, I don't need to upgrade 2 weapons throughout a playthrough.
Yeah.
I have this one. I will use this one and it'll serve me once I pick it, by
Yeah.
like halfway through the game. So I want to play around again and use more weapons, use more of like there's like different mechanics. You have like a Sekiro arm, so I want to play
Mhm.
around more with that. Um, yeah, and there were some bosses I chose not to fight near the end because I was, uh,
You're like, I'm done. So it's like,
I just yeah, I need to get there. I just want to be done. I need to beat the game. So, and then I also want to like linger on a lot more of like the notes and the small like world stuff just
Oh
to see
yeah,
what all.
I was gonna say because when I play the because eventually when I play the FromSoft games, I'm not gonna I have a list of I do have a list of every single like FromSoft game. Sort of they're divided into like Armored Core and the mech games, the King's Field and Dark Souls derived ones, and then the rest basically. Like I didn't know Lost Kingdom was a FromSoft game on the GameCube. I don't know
Mhm.
if it's the card based one. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I remember that was like probably that was the first FromSoft game I played. Didn't get very far. I played like a demo of it, but it was it was one of the only ones I've really actually heard about of the so yeah, like I said, I have a list, but when I play the specifically the like Dark Souls ones, I really want to dig into like the world and setting because part of me wonders if those like lore YouTubers are just like making shit up. I know how much of it is made up, basically. Um, right? So that because yeah, just a thought.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, no. So I mean, it's just because like if I'm gonna talk about like I already have noticed there are characters and things and small little aspects, and I don't know if I'm going to like even bring them all up like and make a point with them, but I don't want to try and talk about them and at least not be aware of them, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yes.
So like I feel like even if I only talk about like 1% of it in a potential like video or whatever, it would be better for me to know, because it's a FromSoft game, and I'm not really a wiki fiend,
Yes.
I'm not really gonna sit there with the wiki and make sure I look at every note and everything, and I feel like that defeats the purpose on some level.
Yeah.
I feel like part of the point, if I'm trying to do this, like make a video or make content, it like means something more if I do all the legwork
Yes.
myself, right?
Right.
All of my
Because that would mean basically
in-game,
like collecting every item, pretty much, right?
right?
So
Yeah, well, yeah. So, and yeah, exactly. Yes, it would mean collecting every item or reading every like small little note in the world, paying attention to every piece of like graffiti, every like piece of audio, whatever. Like, if catching all of that would be catching 100% of everything.
yes.
I would like to try to at least have footage and be trying to pay attention to like 75% of it to pick up on.
Hmm.
Maybe like 60%, just so that I can um talk about it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see how it would go from me playing it again. It just, I know that I don't want to like go to the wiki and like read like, oh, here's the story, the lore for like this game, because it's like, well, that like totally defeats, I don't know, not defeats the point, but it's just like, it's cooler if I just do it myself.
Yeah.
And then if I'm wrong, I can at least cry and say the game should deliver their information more concise. I can just blame the game if I'm wrong, not myself.
Yeah. That's how that goes.
Yeah. Because I only believe in
But
bad
it's
faith
definitely
criticism or critique.
but it's definitely better to like. I mean, if you're gonna mistake, make it on your own merits instead of like
Exactly. I think, yeah.
like being wrong because the wiki is wrong, right?
Well, yeah, especially with like the not that I actually would ever worry about plagiarism in content, because I don't know, like yeah, I would never just do that, but like
Right. Yeah.
even just to stave off like potentially accidentally wording something the same as a wiki when you're like, just trying to read it and then write it in the script, even if you're not trying to do it, it kind of, you end up,
Mhm.
just rewording it.
Yeah.
Or even just,
Well, as long as you're writing it to the point where it's like, because you understand it and you can explain it yourself, basically, like that's what's important, right? You understand the concepts and stuff, even if you're
yeah.
because I finished the book I was reading for the because I'm doing a video on manga panel layouts, basically, and we talked about it. Yeah, I told you,
Mhm.
and I finished a book, and then I realized like, oh shit, I need to do more reading, right? But so I'm gonna be referencing a bunch of sources, but like I literally already have the script done. I just need to like completely revise it with the new information that I learned and the terminology and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, but no, I think you like because I think none mentioned it and I thought it was interesting, but the point or well obviously in the H Bomber Guy video is also about how like just the basic abilities to make anything without plagiarizing are valuable, right? Like it's
Hmm.
the skill floor for that these people are crawling on when they plagiarize is like because they just really aren't good
Yeah, I think that
at
video did
this.
something to me, because it really hit me with like, look, even if you made something, it probably wouldn't be as good as these people's like plagiarized stuff, but at least like you would be making it.
Hmm.
And so it made me want to try, but we'll see, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. And like even like making something, I don't consider streaming that, but I like can't stream now. And it's a lot of work to like go through like the whole process, and
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm lazy and dumb and stupid, so I don't do it most of the time, but we'll see. But and we would see
Oh,
if even
guy
making those
guy on the
turned
right
into me making any more
or it's in front. Yeah, you see
afterwards.
him?
No. I was just running, but I don't see him. Am I
It's
gonna
either
pass him?
Dory.
Oh. Good shit, gamer. You're him? Um oh, a car? I'm fucked. I believe in you, gamer. Let's do one more battle royale and then we'll try the other game modes.
Yeah.
But
But no, I'd love to see more Vindy content because you haven't uploaded anything in a long time. I feel like,
Yeah, it's been a while.
and Nun has been working on stuff too. So
Yeah, it'll be 2 years soon. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. I think I
I mean, I think it's good to have a creative output. You know, if like you have creative urges. So
I agree, and I definitely do. I just part of it is being lazy. Part of it is like it sucks how hard it is. Like
yeah,
I feel like trying to write about media, especially when like I will go to work and I'll think about it, and I'll come home and I'll be thinking about it, and you think about these ideas for all this time, and it like becomes such this behemoth of just like thoughts that are so like wispy, and they all mean different things, and they all kind of mean like they all kind of are together, but they also like all are very like they're not put together in a real way. They're like tailored to your brain and could
yes.
never be put in someone else's brain that way. So it's like the idea of getting that and trying to put it out is so hard because like I don't know like if this is how it's been like it goes for you, but like I'm trying to write, and like what ends up happening is like I start writing and I go from like talking about one thing to another thing to a different thing back to something I was talking about earlier,
Hmm.
and I can't force just one thing until it's done. So I feel like I almost have to just like force myself. It's almost like taking a really like a shit when you're super constipated. Sorry, I need to go to Grand Glacier. It's almost like taking like a really constipated shit where like you're like I'm pushing and pushing and trying to get it out, and you get like a bunch of words out, and then like later I just have to go back and like I essentially rewrite it, but like you know what I mean. It's like I feel like I have to write it once and then take notes on what I wrote to take out like what makes sense, and
So
then
yeah,
rewrite it with like you know what I mean, like essentially write it and then structure what I wrote and then rewrote what I wrote with the structure so that it makes
I mean,
sense.
honestly, that's probably what I should be doing just to make sure, like, just because that's like heavy. That's basically like heavier revisions, you know. Um, and so
Well, cuz
for me, it's like because I'll write stuff and then I'll realize like through editing it could be better, and then I'll have to which takes more
yeah,
work.
well, just like what happens is like I'll be talking about one thing, and then like when I was trying to talk about like this, right about this like FF16 DLC, I was like, well, I need to start talking about like what I think about FF16, and then I did that, and then like I started talking about like okay, well you need to do like this thing in the game, and then you start talking about like how the DLC plays, and you go back to talk about like more thoughts about FF16 that I didn't mention that like I need to talk about to explain like this part of the DLC, and then you know what I mean. It's just like it jumps around too much. It's like I can't
Hmm.
stay in something that's like cohesive for long enough for it to, dude, why am I getting shot in both sides at once? I landed, I'm shooting one guy, and someone else just shoots me in the back. I'm gonna cry.
I almost got caught killed by NPCs. Don't at least there's a revive band really close.
Yeah, my last video was the end of 21, huh? It was
There's no one
the
near you, right?
media from
Or
2021.
well, there was someone by the door that waiting
What a
for me.
funny video. You know what? So here's the problem, actually, Craftsdwarf, when I
What's
think
up?
about it. We could do the racing mode, but you have to do the tutorial courses that are dog shit, and I don't think we'll get to do just the fun ones. Maybe we will. We can try it, and maybe we'll get to just do the fun ones, but maybe we don't, and it's tough. Um, and I don't know if we can do the rhythm game mode because of licensed
Um,
music.
that's fair. Yeah, we don't want to avoid that.
And I feel like the Fortnite one, because it's literally just like Minecraft, should be done a different time.
Yeah.
Because
You mean
that could
the
be
Lego Fortnite?
yeah, it's like Minecraft. Like it's like a you like make a save file that's like a persistent world that you go and play on, and you like build a base, and get materials and food and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's try the racing though. Let's just
Rocket
fucking
racing.
yeah.
Or
I'm in it. I think I think I have us queued up. I think you just have to ready up. I think you just go to. You might have to click rocket racing, but I think
I clicked rocket racing.
yeah.
We're both
Okay,
ready.
good.
Yeah. I think we're good.
We might have to do a couple tutorial races first, but that's fine. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think if there is a video ever like this, look, it's very possible that I make both those videos, don't release them, and then make something else and release that.
Uh
Even just because I said I was gonna make these now, that would be funnier to not do.
huh.
Or to not release if I made them, or if I like make them and I'm like, these are bad, but I have another. I already have
Well,
another
that's the
idea.
thing is like, because especially after it's because I also took like a 2 year break from making content. Okay, what are the controls? This is probably not a good time to ask.
I have no idea for mouse and keyboard, brother. It's a
Oh,
racing
that's
game
right.
with a
Um,
controller.
but no, you definitely need like a level of getting your groove back into it, right? Like I put out 40 videos this year, all of them One Piece, and like the Netflix video was rough because it's like I kind of had no idea what I was doing. The Netflix One Piece one because I had like that, I script wise, editing wise, I feel like that video was rough, but I did it, and that helped me get practice for making like my Wano video and my other two videos. Um, that was not the right button. What?
It is not putting us on a baby easy tutorial course, by the way.
No,
This
clearly not.
is not a super hard one. This is like a silver course, so it's still pretty baby easy. There's like nothing too exciting on this course.
Well, that was pretty. Well, I hope it was funny for chat when I clicked, and was the jump button. So
Oh,
it
you
was.
just jumped at the.
Yeah, that was how I started
That's funny.
this race.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect anything until February.
Oh, shift is drift. Okay.
Maybe there could be something sooner if I not only really kicked it into gear, but felt like being nice. But realistically, I don't think there'd be anything until like late February. I guess not, because December's almost over.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think I can give any like creative advice that I haven't already given.
No, I mean, at this
so-
point, I can't get any more advice until I sit down, do work, and have something to show to ask for advice on.
Yes. Like having like passing a script around to friends, right?
Right. But I'm fine with that. I don't really want advice. I just need I should sit down and do it. And I've been really motivated to do it recently. I'm thinking about doing it.
That's good.
And by recently, I mean the way I get motivated to do anything, where it's like after like the 4th or 5th month of constantly thinking about it, I finally let myself be like, okay, I can probably do this now. When instead, if I'd been an adult and been doing it the whole time I'd been thinking about it, I'd be 4 or 5 months into it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
yeah.
it is what it is. It's how my brain works. I know it is. Oh, fuck. I got 3rd.
I'm just trying
Brother,
to go
there's
for not last.
3 whole other
last.
games
God
in
damn
Fortnite
it.
now.
God damn
This
it.
is a whole other game. The rhythm game mode is a whole another game, and the racing one is also a whole other game. Like, they are completely different. It is crazy.
The fucking guy I was in front of for part of the race surpassed me at the very end of the race.
I had another idea that is, if any is real, like as in I make more. This one is, I think, way more likely of being real outside of the amount of effort it would do. But it's just because I think it'd be really interesting to do, and a good excuse to talk about how people are dumb about things. It would be like, are all Sony first-party games the same?
Oh,
So, is The Last of Us the same as God of War 2018, the same as Horizon Zero Dawn, the same as Days Gone, the same as
Uncharted. I thought you were going to mention.
Well, I didn't name Uncharted because I had already named a Naughty Dog game.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, gotcha. I see. Okay.
Yeah. Because people love to say that where the all Sony first-party single-player games are the same. They're behind the shoulder, and I think I've seen those even worse. Like, even though, okay, well, the Wolverine stuff's a whole other thing, but I've seen people make that sentiment where it's like it just looks like God of War from the gameplay, even though most people I think are just understanding that like nothing is like real because it's so early in development.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I hit 100% on that boost. I'm the GOAT.
Nice.
Wow, blowing y'all's ears out. You are welcome.
Just a little bit. Well, I was even thinking because so I finished rereading Tokyo Ghoul, and I liked it way more than I did before.
Oh my god.
I have some major problems with it, but the stuff I liked, I still really liked. But what I was gonna say was there was a Tumblr analysis that I remember reading before, and it had some interesting points, but it also had a lot of aspects I didn't like. And I just had the realization of just like, you know, people love EWBs, right? People love like what this H bomber guy is taking down other people, right? People love that shit, right? I just don't love doing it. But if I didn't have that integrity to it, like it would be so easy to just make I like how you're like, oh no, I'm losing it, and you're like, yeah, you're slightly behind me,
brother. But I was like in first.
I know, you do actually good.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. People definitely do like being negative or talking about like things like that is definitely a really, I think, a much easier way to get a bunch of views and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't care, I think.
Yeah. Well, because you also track that kind of crowd, and that's not a good crowd.
Well, it's not even that. Like, I don't even care what crowd watches whatever I would make at this point. I just like maybe I'd feel differently if I was like trying to grow a community, but at this point, it's like if I make any of these scripts, I think it's why I keep telling myself I don't even think I want to release them. If I do, I want to make them for myself, not for potentially like a YouTube audience. So I don't even want to think about an audience, you know?
Yeah. That's fair.
I just kind of want to try to make some to see if I can do it or if I'm just stupid and I should just cry, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand.
So we'll see. But no matter what, I refuse to change my YouTube bio.
I understand. No,
the more I stray from it, the funnier it gets. I love, by the way, that's something that's so funny about the idea of like things being on and off camera. Craftsdwarf is like, you know, and I'm breaking it a little bit here, but like nobody here, you know, obviously was there for our conversation beforehand. And, you know, I would assume none of them know my YouTube bio off rip. But just out of context, that makes it seem like we both know my YouTube bio off rip. No, obviously we had a conversation before the stream started about it.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I got you.
But it's just so interesting how because we had a conversation off camera and then on, it just completely changed. Like we look like Craftsdwarf, use your boost. What the fuck did I just see? Did I just look over and you are sitting at 3 bar? Okay, so Craftsdwarf,
there's a
the
boost?
little white bar. Yeah, the white bar.
I don't know the button for the boost.
No, but okay, well, so do you see how the little middle part of your mouse is yellow? I'd imagine that means pressing that does it. That's why it's yellow. It's prompting you to press it.
Well, no wonder I'm not doing that well. I still got 6th place somehow.
But yeah, I mean, you know, we'll see. I got other things on my plate right now. You know, it's hard to make a video during football season. The Texans take up too much of my time, I think.
Oh yeah, did you have fun watching the Game Awards with your friends?
Brother, did I? Yes, sir.
Because I only kind of saw bits and pieces. I didn't watch the whole thing.
What a show! What a show! Anytime Kojima comes out and I just get to smooch him, it's good. You know, he's making a horror game. I'm screaming, crying, throwing up.
Nice, nice.
The new Sean Murray game, I'll probably definitely 200% play. I do not care. No Man's Sky fantasy game sounds poggers.
Cool.
Where are the other announcements? I mean, there was Monster Hunter. I assume you
We
saw.
expected it. Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't it so cringe that it's 2025?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Um,
There's FF16 DLC, which I did, and I was way more stoked on the FF16 DLC before I played the free God of War DLC.
uh-huh.
That actually blew me away, and is probably one of the best. Like, I would have paid like $15-$20 for that, I think, and been happy. Especially because of how replayable it is after you like finish it and roll credits on the expansion. Which took me like a good number. Now, part of that was the difficulty, and because it's a roguelike, so you're playing it, and on a harder difficulty, the runs are tough. And it treats it like Hades does, where you have to finish like X number of runs to get like the true ending. So and there's some cool stuff. I don't know if it's just for me. Like, I hesitate to call it jaw-dropping stuff because it might have just been for me.
Okay.
But there's some stuff I was not expecting that had me losing it.
Cool. You're talking about the Ragnarok, right? Or
the Valhalla.
Valhalla, excuse me.
Because it's a free roguelite expansion on the game, and it is. Yeah, so Ragnarok is the game. Valhalla is the free.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I got mixed up on my Norse terminology.
No, you're good. You're good. And
whoops.
It's really fucking good. I finished it today, and
sorry.
Even though I can get more out of it, I will go back to it either when I get a bigger hard drive in my PlayStation, or they give that game like a modular install, and I can choose to just keep that mode installed because it is fun enough that I totally would. But at this point, I wanted the space. Like, I would have kept playing that game probably for another couple days, grinding it out, and like trying it on a hard difficulty, and then even probably kept playing it after like rolling the end of the story. But like, it's 100 gigs. I need that space, brother. I'm like, I genuinely like, so the final time you like that final run, the final boss is a lot harder. I genuinely just turned the difficulty down to do it because like at this point I had 3 runs fail on him, and
okay.
I don't want to do it anymore. I needed the space. Like, brother, it is 100 gigabytes for a game I've already finished that I'm playing like the really, really good DLC like epilogue for. But I am not gonna do this. So, which it was kind of bitch made to do, but I didn't give a shit. I was done at that point.
That was the wrong button.
But I mean, that expansion's fucking crazy good. Like, I definitely like there's one thing I don't know if I would say is jaw dropping. I would say the expansion as a whole is. I mean, still kind of am genuinely stunned that a free expansion to that game is as substantive, has as much put into it, does as much for like there is stuff in that game that I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna say it should have been in the Norse games to begin with, but like, man. And like, in some ways it became like truer and truer thought in my brain as I was playing it, where it's more and more just like, dude, they played Hades and they were like, we have to make this into God of War. And that's what happened in like so many ways. It's on so many ways. It is crazy. That game is Hades. It is just God of War Hades, and it's fucking hysterical. What else? I'm looking through these. Okay, Skull and Bones. That game's not real. It's only coming out because it legally has to. Because what's the country? Some Southeast Asian country. I think Singapore. They'd owe Singapore a shit ton of money. I mean, the FF7 trailer looks cool. I'm gonna play that game. Whatever. Arcane making a Blade game. I'm sorry, I don't care. Twisted Metal Season 2. I don't care. What else? Kojima whatever game was Pog. Rise of Ronin, I don't know. I feel like that game doesn't fucking look really appealing to me, but it's also its release date is, I think, but I could be wrong. The Sega shit was wild. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah, where they're doing a bunch of games.
Yeah, I thought it was funny though. Like, I don't know how many of those are real games that are close to development, but it's crazy that they announced a bunch of those. At least we'll see what they turn into. How many of those get released? Oh, the Ori action RPG had me fucking pumped because I love how Ori looks, but I just cannot get into that game.
Or in the Blind Forest.
Yeah, the people by there were making like a Diablo like game, and that looks fun.
Okay.
Dude, that Metaphor Refantasio or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one. I am
so stoked for that fucking game if I'm keeping it a buck.
No, because that's one of the not Shin Megami Tensei games that I'm adding to my list of Shin Megami Tensei games just because it's loaded by the same people. The other ones being Maka and X and Catherine. So
yeah. But I probably only do a couple more and then
that's fine.
I'll stream because I do have work early tomorrow.
That's fair. Yeah.
I work early today. Wah. I'm crying. But dude, oh my god, I keep trying to. I might just fucking, dude, I'm about to turn this game off. So it happens to me every time when I'm in this tunnel. I'll try to like drift it, and if you end up drifting onto the wall, it gets really easy for the car to just get completely turned around, and then you can't get turned back, and then you just end up in last place, and it's fucking so sad, and then you just lose because you just spend too much time fucking around.
Yeah, like, trying to get back to where you were.
Yeah, I'll just kill myself. It's fine. Thanks, Fortnite. That's just how racing games are, I think. You know.
Yeah, no,
if you lose too much time, you're just fucking
done,
ruined. Yeah, I think it's probably why they really died for most people outside like Mario Kart. You know,
right? Because Mario Kart's more just accessible and it has the items.
Well, not even just accessible. Yeah, it's just more forgiving, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, the items are.
Racing games have. They're probably the genre, them and rhythm games, I think. But rhythm games don't even have that because you can just not care about FCing. So I think really racing games are the genre with the least mistake allowance, right? Like racing as a whole is like predicated on everyone is driving perfect, but whose line is a little bit more perfect and whose gas and brake. So it's you know, it's such small differences, and it's so unforgiving that you make one mistake and it's just that's like that race over, you know?
So yeah, side TV guy. Either 4 or 5 of the new season. They were both really good. 4, I was one of those episodes where I felt like I needed to lie down, and 5 took the series and did something neat that I would have never fucking expected. And it was engaging. So
how different were the new voices? How easy was it for you to chill with them?
For me, not having seen like any Rick and Morty since the last season, I mostly couldn't tell. But I know some other people were feeling, you know, and there was definitely times I could tell. Don't get me wrong, but like they found some pretty good you know, impersonators, I'd say. So yeah, maybe if I listened more closely, saw more comparison clips, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's fair. But I just literally haven't seen or heard those voices since the last time I watched the show. So
all right.
Let's make this our last one.
With you. Okay, never mind then. That works for me.
I mean, I was even gonna say maybe the last one could be our last one, just because it's like we both finished in like 11th and 12th place out of 11 and out of 12. So it's
you're good. I was gonna say going into this one, if I finish top 4 or bottom 4, it's my last one. But if I finish 5 through 7, I'm running another.
Fair.
Like if I'm dog shit, I can accept it. If I can end on a good win.
Oh, that was the wrong button.
Oh dear.
I clicked for some reason instead of hit.
That was a little crazy at the start right there, game. So not ready for that one.
Oh, what? That was lava. Okay.
It is funny that it's Lego, and then this is like Rocket Racing is like, you know, like Rocket League shit.
Yeah.
And it was the developers. But imagine if this should have been fucking Hot Wheels instead.
That would have been fun. I like how instead of just having to deal with certain collision things, you just poof. Like I hit head first into a wall, and they're just like, "No, you don't exist anymore."
Yeah, but I hate poofing because it's just like, okay, I'm
No,
gonna cry now.
it sucks, yeah, but it's just kind of funny that it's just like it's just clearly a shortcut, I think, because obviously this isn't the main game, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it is. It's you know exactly what I was talking about. Where it's just like poofing, like is that thing in a racing game where it's like you're just done. Like it's too much of a setback to
come back from, yeah.
But I stayed in the front of the pack. That at least by the end of the lap, I dropped to the mid of the pack by a couple points that lap, but I ended the lap in the top, which is what matters.
Yeah.
Man, you want to know something I saw today? Wild. So you know how like Seth the programmer got like canceled or whatever
Yes.
for being like a shitty person?
Yes.
Do you see he started uploading videos again?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, like a week ago, he just came back. He's uploaded like 2 videos in a week.
Who's he stealing content from? This, or I mean, because it's or stealing scripts from is my question. Because that was what the Clyde video is about, where it's just like he literally doesn't even do any of his own work. He has other people edit videos. That he just does recording. Other people do the scripts, and then he. So that's why he has so many editors and stuff, because he's basically he's outsourcing the work so that you can't tell who did what without, because he doesn't credit them. So yeah.
Yeah, well, there are also a lot of points Clive made about him just being.
Oh yeah, no, just about abusive and fucking shitty. Yeah, for sure.
But
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't watch the videos, but I did look at his channel. You know, I mean, still, you know, good views. Don't get me wrong, but he was, you know, average. He was pulling like 400,000, 500,000 a video before. You know, hundreds of thousands before.
Yeah.
And his 2 most recent videos are like 50K, like 60K.
Nice. In that they're lower. So yeah, eat shit. Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, and what I wonder is, and you know, maybe it's not like this because there's always more 13-year-olds, but I would imagine that the people who genuinely like power scaling enough to be into it are such like a small community in the grand scheme of things that, like, you know, ones who are gonna watch him would already have been watching him.
Yeah.
They've probably already, you know, seen everything. And what did I get? I got 5th. Okay, I'll take it. But I just thought it was funny. I started making videos. I was like, brother, hello.
All right, I'm done.
Me too.
That was fun.
They got so many fucking battle pass levels doing that shit though.
Cool. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of shit that I'm just not gonna look at. All right. So yeah, I think that about does it for the stream. We played for a good one. Not that long ultimately, because there was annoying technical issues. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out, and Saeed ADV guy for staying in chat. So yeah, we will do something again next week. I don't know, maybe Castle Crashers, because we'll have none again, or we'll find something else. Don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I think we'll have one stream. No, we have one stream left for the year, so it'll be our last one.
Sheesh.
So yeah, that's I guess another. Well, we'll talk about it. Anyway, so yeah, thank you guys for coming.